So tell me, from all of the Resident Evil movies, what scene is your favorite and why?
Wow. It's, can I cheat and say two scenes?
Sure.
But it's in the same location. I love the laser corridor, you know, because it occurred in the very first movie and it's in this movie as well. I feel like it's one of the signature things from the franchise. You know, when you trap someone in this long corridor, there's no escape, and you have these hot laser beams coming for you. I think it's wonderful. Visually, it's very exciting. They're wonderful scenes to shoot, and yeah, they're my favorites. And also seeing an audience reaction to those scenes in the first movie where Colin Salmon got chopped up. I like just seeing the audience shock, and then also seeing this scene play with Mila. I mean, they're great scenes.
Right. So do you feel you led the female hero revolution with this franchise? Do you think that maybe because of this film, a lot of things have changed in Hollywood for women?
Well, I don't know if we did anything revolutionary. I mean, to quote Jean-Luc Godard, you know, who was making movies with women long before I was, all you need to make a movie is a girl and a gun. But it's certainly true that in Hollywood, no one was making female-led action movies when we did Resident Evil. You know, it was seen as very unfashionable. The studios didn't think it would work. I think because I was a European and I'd seen a lot of European movies that had strong female leads, you know, I disagreed. And I'm glad we kind of forced it through, because now, of course, you see a lot more women taking the lead in these kind of films.
Do you really think this is your last Resident Evil movie that you'll ever make? And what are the rumors about the TV series for Resident Evil?
I know nothing about a TV series, and this is my last movie. So, you know, this movie is intended to bring everything to a close, to bring it full circle. You know, it's a return to where we began, really. So I'm very happy with how the franchise ends, that we got to kind of do it in such a big and exciting fashion. And, you know, and end on a high. You know, I really do believe this is the best movie in the franchise.
So let's talk about another film that you did in 1998 called Soldier. Was it really supposed to be some sort of spin-off of Blade Runner?
Soldier was written by David Peoples, who was one of the people who did the adaptation of Blade Runner, or Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. And he had kind of written it as a sidequel, in a way. You know, it was supposed to be occurring in the same universe. So there was no direct crossovers, but in his mind, you know, they were occurring, you know, while Blade Runner was on Earth, this was occurring out in space. And, you know, that always appealed to me, because I'm such a huge Blade Runner fan.
So speaking of the Blade Runner movie, there's a new one coming out. What are your expectations, and what does it mean to you, the movie Blade Runner?
Well, Blade Runner was, I think for any filmmaker of my generation, it was a revolutionary film. I mean, I think Ridley Scott pioneered a whole new visual style that you still see in movies today. And it's a very timeless movie. I think it's a very brave man that makes a sequel to that film, although having Ridley on board, of course, is like a huge advantage. I'm very excited to see the sequel. I'm very excited to see Harrison Ford back. I'm very excited.
Very good.
In general.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.